Yo, what's good, YouTube? Zamcro here, aka Scoop, back with the CPC Season 7, I believe. And we've got week number 4 here, and we're taking on CPC, coach of the Oakland Azelfs. So my opponent's got a pretty scary squad. As you can see on screen, he chooses to bring the Diglett, Empoleon, Zera Aura, Whimsicott, Buzzwole, and the Gliscor. His potential Z-move users are well, he didn't bring one of them, which was Haunter, and the other one being Zera Aura, of course. He didn't bring some big threats like Mega Pinsir, Darmanitan, Gudra, and then he had 2 other kind of non-threats like Absol and Magnemite. Not necessarily non-threats, but not as threatening ones as some of the ones on screen and things like Darmanitan and Mega Pinsir. So looking straight off, well, we'll talk about my team as well. I have Clefable, Azu, Mamoswine, Greninja, Tornadus Eye, and the Oricorio in this matchup. And I've left Mega Sceptile, Snorlax, Bronzong, Emboar, and Rotom on the bench. I've got Z, Tornadus Eye, which is pretty nice. I have the ability to run Z status moves, which is pretty cool. I am Titanium Z though with the superpower for the Empoleon. So, looking at his squad, he could lead quite a few different things. I think he's most likely to lead off with the Empoleon. I think I'm going to lead off with Tornadus because it can lead decent versus things like Whimsicott and Empoleon and Buzzwole. But he could also lead. He could lead with Zera Aura, and then it would become problematic. However, if I lead Mamoswine and he leads with the Empoleon, that could be problematic as well. But I could just switch into my Azu and throw off like a Soak. Oh yeah, we'll talk about my squad for a second as well. We've got a Stealth Rocking, Moonblast, Thunderbolt, Moonlight, Clefable, mixed defensive. It's just kind of there to get rocks up and kind of annoy his team. I can't be 2-hit KO'd by Zera Aura unless you like Life Orb. I have a Mamoswine here, which has the Chople Berry with Icicle Crash, Earthquake, Ice Shard, and Hidden Power Flying, which is there for the Buzzwole. And then Dual Stab hits basically everything else. Ice Shard is there for priority, of course. We've got Greninja with Taunt, Splash Plate, Hydro Pumps, and Water Shurikens, with Ice Beam as coverage for the Whimsicott, which is really nice. We've got the Azu, like I mentioned. We've got a Soak Toxic set with Scald and Protect. And then we have a Tornadus Incarnate with the with the Titanium Z and the Prankster ability with Tailwind, Air Slash, Superpower, and Hidden Power Ice. This is pretty nice. This could be a nice lead actually, since I do have the Hidden Power Ice for the Gliscor. And then we've got the Oricorio Pom Pom, which is an electric flying type. We've got Calm Mind, Revelation Dance, Roost, and Baton Pass. So the idea is basically this thing is our Mega Pinsir check. It also can semi-check a physically offensive Zera Aura, but can't really do much back. Like I mentioned, I do only have Revelation Dance. So the idea is to Baton Pass a Calm Mind into Greninja and then Splash Plate, Water Shuriken, and Hydro Pump really do the job, and Ice Beam even, really do the job from there. But for that to happen, it looks like I need Whimsicott down. I definitely need Whimsicott down. I need the Empoleon weakened. So I think maybe I can lead off with my Azu here and just click Psychic. Soak. It's a tough lead though. Yeah, I'm gonna lead with the Azu here and see what he wants to lead with. He does lead with the Empoleon. So had I led with the Tornadus, I could have thrown off a all-out pummeling. I'm going to click Soak here and see if he's going to allow me to Toxic him. Regardless of what he does after this, I think I can maybe go for Soak, and then he's going to want to go into Gliscor on my. He might go hard into his Whimsicott right now, predicting like a banded superpower. Is that a play he would go for? Can I click Toxic here? I don't know if he would risk that. Like, how important is Empoleon? can take hurricanes from tornadoes. It can semi-check Clefable. Could potentially be a Roar variant in case I'm like Calm Mind Clef. It could be Shookaberry for Empoleon. Man, this is a tough play. I'm going to click Soak here. As he does go out into his Whimsicott. So yeah, we could have went for the, we could have went for it there. That would have been nice. The question is, what do we go for here? Do we stay in, or do we click Toxic here? I'm going to click Toxic on the off chance that he doesn't click a Grass type move. And he goes for the Moonblast. Okay, so that's pretty nice. I don't necessarily, I can click Protect here and just scout and see what he wants to go for. As he throws off a Leech Seed, which is not bad, not a bad play there. I don't want anything to take damage that can't recover it off, so I'm going to go into I don't know what I'm going to go into. What I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to click Scald and get a little bit of chip damage off. Is that a misplay? He's leftovers. Moonblast bounced off of Azu. He's going for the Leech Seed again, no doubt. So what was his check to Mega Sceptile? That's interesting. So he goes for the Leech Seed there. What are we gonna do? Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go into Oricorio. Okay, I did not expect him to go into Empoleon there, but that works out kind of nice for us. What we can do here is go for the Calm Mind and see what he wants to do. And the reason we can go for the Calm Mind here is we can click Revelation Dance on the following turn, or we could get some chip off here with Revelation Dance. I'm just going to check and see how much it would do to Empoleon if he is like bulky. So Revelation Dance could do roughly 35 to 45%. If I go to +1, I'm doing over half. But he could go hard into his Zeraora. If I go straight for the Revelation Dance and he doesn't go hard Zeraora, I'm a flying type too, so Gliscor can't afford to go for something like Earthquake Burst, so that I could Baton Pass potentially into my Greninja. But I need to weaken this Empoleon before I think about that. I'm just gonna click Revelation Dance here. See how much chip damage I can get on the Empoleon if he decides to stay in. He could go out into his Dugtrio or his Gliscor, which is fine. If he goes Dougie, I'm going straight into my Clefable and getting my rocks up finally. Just trying to think of the way to win here. Like, Whimsicott is likely faster than my Greninja. It's likely faster than my entire team. So what I need is a Tailwind up. If I can get a Tailwind up late game with Greninja, I could probably win. If I can get Empoleon and the Buzzwole out, and then weaken Whimsicott a little bit in range of Ice Beam, then yeah, Greninja should be able to finish this game underneath a Tailwind. And with the combination of like Water Shuriken. If I do run out of Tailwind. And I'm facing off against like a weakened Zeraora or Dugtrio. So it's going to be interesting to see what he goes for here. Maybe he stays in, predicted me to predict his Zeraora to come in on its Volt Absorb. But yeah, I think my play is to just click Revelation Dance here. It does decent damage to Empoleon. If he's not very Spadef invested, if he's more defense invested, then it would actually do quite a bit more if he's like bold instead of like SPDF boosting nature. Yeah, it could do potentially over half, which could be huge. And he might not think I would go for an electric type move, considering that he has a Whimsicott, which is a resistance, three, yeah, 3 electric immunities, one which gets health back upon switching into a electric type move. So yeah, that's interesting. Don't know. Don't know exactly what he's going to go for here. So he goes into the Gliscor here. That's not too big of an issue. This could be his Stealth Rocker. I think hard switching into Mamoswine could be something. But I'm going to Baton Pass out in case he wants to go for like U-turn or something. So he goes for Stone Edge, and that bounces off. We're going to be able to go into our Mamoswine here, and we're just going to click. What are we going to click here? We're going to click Earthquake, predicting him to switch out. Right? He switches out here. He could go for Aquatail here. He switches out into Empoleon as his best play, or Buzzwole. In which I can, if he goes out into Buzzwole, I have the Chople Berry, so I can live a Hammer Arm or whatever he wants to go for, and click Hidden Power Flying, which will do roughly half, depending on his investment. If he's more offensive, I could potentially 2-hit KO him. Maybe Icicle Crash into Hidden Power Flying is the better play. I think I'm going to click Earthquake here, predicting his Empoleon to come out. But he actually goes out into his Buzzwole. So this is interesting. I'm going to click Hidden Power Flying here immediately. Do I want to... Actually, do I really want to risk this just yet? I could go hard into my Clefable here. I think Clefable's so obvious that he could potentially go for going into his Empoleon right now to get his rocks up. So I'm actually going to double Earthquake. As crazy as that sounds, I think double Earthquake is a play I can make here. I could also go into Azu, which restarts the cycle. I think Azu is actually going to be the play here. So I'm going to go into Azu here. As my opponent goes for the Poison Jab. Yeah, he definitely expected Clefable to come in there. Yeah, I disagree with that play, but it worked out for him. I can't really say anything about that now. However, I can go back out into my Oricorio. Let's just see how much. Yeah, I should be able to roost this off here. Bar like a poison or anything like that. So I'm just going to roost up here. That was a nice play. I should have stuck with my gut and went for the Hidden Power Flying. Oh man, it could have 2-hit KO'd him. It would have been so nice as well. Damn it. But Zeraora was such a big threat, I didn't want to lose my Chople Berry right there. But he went for the Poison Jab. Damn, man, that was so fine. Alright, so I don't know exactly what he's calcing here. So he goes back out into the Empoleon. I'm going to click Revelation Dance here again, get some chip damage off on this. Like I mentioned, weakening this is best case scenario. And yeah, this actually forces him out. So I guess he predicted me to predict him to switch out once again. But I had no reason to really. And I think my play here is to go hard into Clefable, as I think he's going to go for knockoff. He actually goes for bulk up, so that's fine. I am unaware, but I am not as defensive as I could be. So I do need to pull up some calcs here. Zeraora, let's say you're Jolly, 252, Plasma Fist. shouldn't be able to two-hit KO me. And Moonblast will put him in range of being knocked out by a Water Shuriken or Ice Shard. So I'm just going to click Moonblast here. So let's see here. Moonblast did how much? 37%. So that's a Minro. If he's got no bulk investment. So how much does that make Greninja? How much is Greninja doing with Water Shuriken? If he say Jolly with let's say 37 was a high roll, and he is max HP. Excuse me, wrong one. Max HP. And Water Shuriken. If I can do 37 again, Water Shuriken should be able to pick him off. So that's my play here, Moonblast. He goes out into the Empoleon, which I'm sure this thing's going to get rocks up now. What's his play? Does he get rocks up? Does he not get rocks up? If you get rocks up and I go to Azu, then I'm basically behind the company. If I go Mamo as to get rocks up, that would be fantastic. But Mamoswine does apply a lot of pressure to his team, so I do like getting Mamoswine in safely. I don't want rocks up though. What does he think about rocks? Maybe I'm going to try to get rocks up myself here. Or should I Moonlight up first? Moonlighting up could be a fine player. He gets his rocks up. We're going to get our rocks up right now. He got his up. We're getting ours up. That's just how it's going to be. Ooh. Turns out to be a speed tie. Turns out to be a speed tie. We're going to go out into Oricorio as he goes for Ice Beam. Why did he do that? But this thing's significantly faster, so roosting up should be fine here. So the question is now, Zeraora, if it has to be Jolly to outspeed, no, it don't even outspeed Mega Septom. So I guess he could be Adamant. He could be Adamant. So does a +1 close combat knock out Mamoswine? And with my Chople Berry, it does not. So my play here is to continue roosting up. Bar like a freeze, we should be in an okay position. He could fear the Revelation Dance right here on this turn. I can't risk him clicking Ice Beam and me not getting a decent or a higher roll and knocking him out. So I can't necessarily click Revelation Dance yet, but what I can do is roost up one more turn, and then I should be out of range of the following Ice Beam, where I could Revelation Dance the following turn. So what did Ice Beam do the first time? 56%. I'm thinking about going Mamoswine here and clicking Earthquake and getting rid of this thing. And then I can sack Azu to the Buzzwole. How much do I take from Ice Beam? Empoleon's Ice Beam. 20 to 35. Okay, I don't want to take rocks that 20 to 35 too. I don't want to take that. So I'm just going to click Revelation Dance here. And what I should be able to do is roost back up to full once again. Bar he freezes, I should be able to roost back up to full, and once I get to full, I can take one ice beam after that, and then be at roughly 75 to 80%, and then click Revelation Dance from there to knock him out. He could also save Empoleon on this turn, and save it for sack fodder, and it could also it lives one round of Stealth Rocks at this range, so he could switch it in and then potentially save it for a sack again later. This is a good game so far. So he does go to the Gliscor here. Now he could go for Stone Edge again. I do expect that. What did he do last time with Stone Edge? How much? Wait, he did 38% last time? Why did he do so little? Alright, so I gotta pull up my Oricorio set, pull up my Gliscor, pull up his potential Gliscor set, put Stone Edge on this bad boy, and then he did. Now I gotta pull up and see how much a crit would do. Crit would do 81% from here, so it can't knock me out. So basically I can get back to full at this turn. I should be able to get back to full after this turn. Yeah, so I'm gonna roost up. Yeah, I'm gonna roost up here. Now I could go hard into my Greninja, but like he can just bring back Empoleon. Oh no, Empoleon's gone, so he can't bring in the Empoleon anymore. It's gonna be knocked out upon Stealth Rock switching. I don't think risking it here is the play though. I don't think I click. I don't think I go hard Greninja here on a Stone Edge. I could go into Azu, but saving that thing for a sack is really nice. Let's just see here about Stone Edge does about 20% to Clefable, so I could come in, take Stealth Rocks, take the Stone Edge, and then do I live Earthquake afterwards? Oh, it would be close. So maybe I can stall him out of Stone Edges. Okay. He taunts me there. So that was a fire play, actually. Had I went to Greninja on that play, that would have been fantastic, man. Fantastic. So I think going Azu here is the play. Sack this bad boy off. I just sack Azu off here. Gliscor, KO, Azu with EQ. Now I think I just go into Mammal Swan here. And click Icicle Crash. No reason not to. He could sack off Empoleon, I guess, that's fine. I could also get a big Icicle Crash off here if he decides to stay in. But yeah, he does sack that, so Mammo, KO, Empoleon with Eye Crash. Alright. So water tops are gone, except for Greninja, because it's a ninja. Bars. So he could go into, let's see here, does Dugtrio, that prevents me from switching, by the way. I don't necessarily, yeah, Dugtrio just dies to Ice Shard, so Dugtrio is a non-option. Whimsicott, if if it's a bulky pivot like I expect, it can take about 30% from ice shard, so it can come in. He brings in the Zera Aura though, so now I'm expecting him to go for the close combat for sure. So I'm gonna click. He goes for the all-out pummeling, and we lived. Woo! Yes! That was fucking awesome. So we're gonna keep Mammal Swine actually. If he has to go, Buzzwell. Yeah, he has to go Buzzwell here. And dang, we can't really sack off. Buzzwell is so like. Mamo is so good in the end game with Ice Shard that I don't want to let it go down just yet. But I can't freely switch into something like Clefable right now, especially if he goes for Poison Jab. Can I win without Mamo? The answer is yes. I just need a few. Yeah, I can win without Mamo. But he could taunt me a lot with Gliscor. He could taunt Clefable. He could 1v1 Clefable with Gliscor. And potentially Whimsicott as well, since it has Leech Seed. I think I'm going to go into Clefable. Like, I feel like I can go into Tornadus, depending on what he goes for the following turn. So I'm going to go into Clef. He goes for the fucking Poison Jab again. Had I clicked the Hidden Power flying, man, that's all I need to keep doing it. I keep not doing it. So down goes Clefable. And what we've got to see here is if a Buzzwole, say it's Choice Scarf, first of all, how fast is my Tornadus? So it's at 241 speed. So 282, which is Buzzwole's max speed, could definitely outpace me. But it couldn't outpace. Sceptile. So would he really bring that? Alright, so next question is, does Buzzwole at +1 knock out a Tornadus with Poison Jab after Stealth Rocks? And it looks to be significantly in my favor. So my play is to go where's my play to just go into the maybe my play is to go into Oricorio. Let me just check here and see how much it does to Oricorio. 252, so we're adamant, +1, Poison Jab. And how much does Revelation Dance do back? Could potentially knock him out, since he's so offensive. So the play may very well be going into Oricorio right now, because Tornadus is very, very important. And if he switches up his moves, then Tornadus will outspeed him, and I can just go into Tornadus the following turn and click Air Slash into Hidden Power. Ice will knock out Blitzcore, and then I can click pretty much Tailwind versus everything else. But yeah, I guess it's really dependent on his Dugtrio set as well. So I'm going to click Revelation Dance here. He could go into Dugtrio here. It's not too big of an issue. He does go into Dugtrio. I can't hard switch out, but what I can do is take the hit and baton pass out. I should be able to take any one hit and baton pass out. So he goes for Hidden Power. I'm not sure what Hidden Power that was. That was super effective. So could be ice or rock. It's the only two it could be. Greninja's water shuriken. Does it knock you out from this range? The trio. Let's say you have 104 EVs and HP. Water shuriken should knock you out from this range if I can get 3 hits, right? So let's see how much it does with 2 hits. And it's not even close. Ice Shard is a guaranteed knockout. Gets more chip on Buzzwole and puts me in a position for Greninja to win underneath Tailwind, right? So I think Mamoswine is my play here. And what I can do is just click Ice Shard. And if he goes into the Buzzwole again, then that's fine as well. He could lock himself into Ice Punch, but we'll see what's going to happen. So what I'm going to do here is just click Ice Shard. He could also be Yachi Berry. That could be interesting. But yeah, it just goes down. It just goes down. So Mamo, KO, Zera with PQ, Mamo, KO, Doug Trio with Ice Shard, Buzz, KO, Azu with P-Jab, and yeah, now he's forced to bring this back in. So I take what? I can survive one more round of rocks, so I can actually not take this hit here. I think Oricorio is the least most valuable Pokemon on the squad, and this will give me the ability to go into Greninja here. And so Oricorio is gone. So Greninja does to Buzzwole with Ice Beam about 50%, puts him in a range of Water Shuriken. So let's say I do 40%, puts him in range of Water Shuriken, right? His +1 Ice Punch. His +1 Ice Punch does how much to me? Does like 30 something. So my play here is to click Ice Beam. If he switches up his moves, then Tornado should be able to win. I should be able to go into it, knock this thing out with Air Slash, barring no misses. Be able to click Tailwind versus basically whatever he brings in the following turn, and then knock it out with either Air Slash or Hidden Power Ice. I should have this. This is a close one though. So what I'm doing here is I'm going for Ice Beam to put. I don't want to miss Hydro Pump. Plus, if he switches out to Whimsicott to take the Hydro Pump or Water type move, or even like a Psychic type move, whatever I might want to go for here, he's forced. Like I'm gonna get, I'm not gonna miss Hydro Pump on this turn. Ice Beam does damage, and he can't knock me out with the +1 Ice Punch if he decides to go into that. So he does just go out into his Gliscor there. So that's interesting. So I think the play right now is to go to sack off Mamoswine and potentially go into Tornadus Therian. Or I could go hard into Tornadus Therian and then get up a Tailwind so that Mamoswine can win under Tailwind. So maybe that's the play, depending on what he goes for here. So he actually goes back out into this bad boy. like I mentioned, I can win without Greninja. And Water Shuriken might be some nice chip right now. Could do 20 to 23% if I get 2 hits. If I get 3 hits, I could get up to 30% chipped off. And would that put him in range of Mamoswine? Would that put him in range of Mamoswine? Tell me now. Potentially. So I think Water Shuriken's my play here. Alright, so he goes for Leech Life, which actually gets him health back. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go out into Tornadus here, and we're going to click Tailwind because we should be able to live any one hit. And Tailwind up. And now click Air Slash to knock this bad boy out. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I lost track of time there once we got the Air Slash. Basically what happened was he cotton guarded on my Air Slash. I guess that was his only prankster move, but our Tailwind there won us the match. We were able to outpace the rest of his squad. And had I missed an Air Slash there, I did have Hidden Power Flying in the back on Mamoswine. So that's going to be that. It's going to be a good game to Sac Scissor in the Oakland Azelfs, excuse me, sorry, I'm really hyped right now. My blood's pumping, and yeah, it's a really solid win for us. We move on to 4-0 right now, and I forgot what our differential is. I think it's plus 9, 4-0 plus 9 or something like that. But yeah, we're going to be moving on into week 5 with some momentum. Good game to Sac Scissor. Good luck the rest of the season, my man. But yeah, that's going to be it. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.